Hey guys, welcome back to Secondary Stereotypes. In the last episode, we covered pistols and machine pistols, so if you haven't watched that episode, then go watch it. Also, disclaimer, these stereotypes don't apply to everyone, blah blah blah, they have reasons for existing, but there are always exceptions, you know, all that stuff. Let's skip over all this intro stuff and get into the actual episode now. So the Rex is almost exclusively used by low ranks. This is both because revolvers in general aren't used that often with the exception of the Executioner, and because the Rex is a starter revolver. But like low rank deagle users, these guys will usually spam this and somehow, despite the horrendous recoil, manage to kill you. Like every time I go against a Rex spammer, they just somehow manage to land the most random headshots on me, and I don't know how they do it. On the topic of spam, then this one might as well be the CEO of revolver spam. Not only is this one of the few revolvers that can actually be spammed, but its fast fire rate almost suggests the user should. Like seriously, if you see somebody using this, then they will spam the shit out of it. So there are two types of people who use the 1858. Those who pre-bought Snake Shot and the Cowboy. Those who use the Snake Shot will always talk about how the Snake Shot 1858 is the best secondary shotgun and absolutely trash talk every other shotgun secondary in the game. And then you have the Cowboy, who will always be using the alt-aim alongside the jury, and when he joins the game, it sorta looks like this.
Enemy spotted.
It's high noon.
Peace.
It's a hard knock life for us.
So Redhawk users are a genuine rare sight to see, but aside from the guy who just unlocked this, there is one stereotype, and that is the spy main. This guy just got done complaining about pyros for the 700th time on r/TF2, and decided to play some Phantom Forces. But thing is, he's a TF2 enthusiast and only uses guns that look like the ones from TF2, in this case being the Latranger. These people often try and perform sick trick stabs like in TF2, however they don't even fool low rank AK-12 users and they often end up rage quitting. Now moving on to the actual shotgun revolver of this game. People who use the Judge can be divided up into two categories. Those who use the Taurus attachments and those who don't. Those who don't use the Taurus attachments are just your average player with average skill levels, nothing too special there. However, those who do use the Taurus attachments are a force to be reckoned with. Often paired with either Flechette or Birdshot, these people are often over rank 100, but whether he's actually that good or not, well, I'll let you be the judge of that. The Executioner, another heavily favored by tryhards gun. But unlike the usual sweats that use the XIX, Executioner users often think that they're hot shit. Like seriously, it's very rare to meet an Executioner user who doesn't think very highly of himself. And trust me, they overestimate how good they are way harder than any FAL user you've ever seen. So there are two types of people who use the Serbu Shotgun. Those who just unlocked it and the Serbu mains. The new players tend to latch onto this until they are around mid-rank, as hey, it's a relatively easy to use one-shot weapon. But these people can actually go on to becoming the second type of Serbu user. These people are well above mid-rank and still use the Serbu to this day. Honestly, people who still use the Serbu beyond mid-rank are a serious threat, so whatever you do, don't engage this guy in close range because you will die. Alright, so SFG users can be downright terrifying to fight. Aside from the fun-hating, probably gunslinger in TF2 using people who pair this with a BFG for the double one-shot pipe set, there are some SFG users out there who could be your worst nightmare to fight. These people are often over the rank of 150, and when they join a game, it often looks like this.
Break the target. Ready? Go!
So the Thumper has a few different types of people who use it. First, you have the guy who thought at first that this shoots actual grenades and is extremely disappointed after finding out it's just a shotgun. Then you have the memer that put on weird scopes, a short barrel, removed stock, and the sponge ammo, resulting in the most popular Thumper meme set, the flare gun. Either that or they're just a corny stand. And last up, you have the guy who's running the Demoman TF2 set, where he uses the Thumper commonly with sponge ammo, alongside either the grenade stick, holiday tee, or longsword as his melee. So the sawed-off, just like its big brother counterpart, the Stevens double barrel, has a lot of different stereotypes. First, obviously, you have the burst enthusiast. This person is the so-called blood spammer who has blood settings set to max and probably wishes Phantom Forces had more gore to it other than the blocky blood we already have. Then you have the Doomslayer. This person uses the sawed-off alongside the Stevens double barrel and the Noob Slayer melee and is guaranteed playing the game deaf since he's too busy listening to Doom's soundtrack at max volume while playing. Next up is the guy who's running the classic quad barrel set. The quad barrel set is a classic and every Phantom Forces player knows how surprisingly powerful it can be. So if you see this set being used in the hands of a serious player, then just know that your server has turned from casual to doomsday. And lastly, you have the TF2 player doing a scout loadout. The reason he uses this instead of the Stevens is because the sawed-off just genuinely looks more like the Force of Nature than the Stevens does. So therefore this guy will be relying on melee kills most of the time, and can't touch anyone at long range. However, just like scout mains in TF2, this guy will probably also try and flank every life. So similar to the sawn-off, there are quite a few different stereotypes for this, including its big brother counterpart. So first, obviously, you have the Saiga enthusiast. This guy loves the Saiga shotguns to death, and probably also uses different conversions on both of them to optimize them a bit better for the map he's playing. Then next up you have the conversion maniac Yu. This guy has every conversions for both the Saigas, and uses them together with the same conversion. You'll see this guy on pretty much every map with a conversion that is suitable for said map. Although on sniper maps he'll probably be using the Saiga 12U with the normal shotgun ammo. And lastly, you have the guy who uses this as a mini AA-12 with a macro, but will still complain about AA-12s every time he dies to one. So there are many types of people who use the Obrez. First, you have the Paradox Poke fan. This guy still holds on to the Obrez after all these years in honor of Poke's legend, and most likely still uses an exact recreation of Poke's loadout to this day. Then you have the 8mm user. This guy is probably a 8mm Mosin enthusiast, and for some reason also bought this on the Obrez thinking it would be viable, only to realize it really isn't. But he still holds on to it and tries to use it at every opportunity just so it doesn't feel like he wasted money. Next up is the Obrez Pub Stomper, who uses stock irons and actually rarely long barrel, who will just run around curb stomping the entire server and usually never talks in chat. And lastly, of course, we have the... And that is the last of the secondaries done and over. Next up are melees, and similar to this time, then the episodes are probably also going to be split up into separate parts. But as always, if you have any stereotype suggestions, then make sure to join my Discord server, as I have a special chat there where you can suggest your own stereotypes for upcoming episodes. Also, we're trying to hit 300 members before the end of 2021, so if you want to help us reach that goal, then the link to join is down in the description below. And yeah, that's about all I got for this time, folks, so make sure to like and subscribe for more stereotypes and turn on notifications to never miss another upload. But until next time, peace.